Okay, sweet. Sorry for the delay, guys. I'm 15 minutes late. My OBS software decided to update, and subsequently it like got rid of all the chats and all the docs that I need to talk to you guys. And I was like trying to figure out really fast what happened. I had to re-log in and reset up the streaming software, but I'm back. Okay. Hello, hello. Hey Layla. Hi everyone. I'm here. Yeah, for everyone jumping on, had some technical issues with the streaming software that I couldn't see the chat, and I really wanted to see the chat and talk to you guys, so yeah. Alright, so since the last time I sat down and I modeled some quick like this encasing of the, I don't know, the small barrel. And I think we're just gonna do a little bit more hard surface modeling, mainly just around her collar, and then move on to the hair. So maybe like another 20 minutes of hard surface, and then we'll start making the hair, because I've promised you guys for so many streams now. For those who don't know, my name is Layla. And I've been making this fan art of Zeri from League of Legends in an arcane style for the past like 5 streams here on the channel. So if you're just joining me today, say hi in the chat. It's a really friendly community. If you see like me do something and you want to know what buttons I'm pressing or you want me to explain, also let me know. There was a viewer who asked about Dynamesh last stream, so I'm gonna wait until more people show up and I'll explain it. I had to research it because they don't use Dynamesh anymore. But yeah, let's start on this thing. I'll show you guys what we're gonna be modeling. I have a few references here with like the official concept, the painted model and the grayscale model. So we're gonna be modeling this. Which shouldn't take too long. Just gonna model one and then instance it across the surface. So right now Cube is looking like really messy with like all these triangles. So what I like to do is to go to initialize and get myself a really clean and simple cube. Good morning, Layla. How are you doing? I'm doing good. You might hear me mumbling a bit. It's because I had my wisdom teeth took out last week. That was a painful experience. Couldn't talk for like 3 days, and I was so worried because my cheek got swollen up to this size. And I was so worried I wouldn't be able to stream on Monday, but I seem to be doing better. Hello from Brazil. Do you have any course? Not at the moment. I don't. You can only watch me stream here and share some insight. Making a course is like getting yourself a part-time job for a few months while you make it. It's a really tedious and long process. I need to learn polypaint. There's not much to learn really in ZBrush. You like pick your paint and you pick your color. I can show you on the hair. Once we're done with this one, I'll move on to the hair and then I'll show you some polypaint tips. By the way, if you guys didn't know, you can cycle through insert meshes by inserting one, and then you can just like scroll and see what fits best. So you have to be in the transpose tool or in the insert mesh tool. You can switch it to this, or you can come back here. I'm looking for something more round, but without any details on top. Yeah, maybe this one will do fine. We'll just need to split it. Let's remove some creasing. Oh. If anyone's wondering what I'm doing right now, I'd call it optimization. It's basically removing unnecessary polygons, just so my rendering software of choice won't go crazy with the amount of polygons that I'll bring in. So we went from this to this, which is much nicer. Okay, and I believe it's done. Now we can instance it across the surface in a few different ways. Maybe I'll slide this one down for good measure as well. Thanks. You're welcome. Hey yo, what are you working on? Okay, yep. Give me a second, I'll show you. Here is the character I'm working on. Her name is Zeri. She's one of the champions from League of Legends. I'm making a fan art of her in an arcane style because I was really late to the game and I watched Arcane 4 months ago. And I got really inspired and now I'm making Zeri. And right now I was modeling this piece that goes around her collar of the jacket, of the hood, no, around her hood. I guess it's a hood. Or collar, I don't know. Does not matter. What matters is how we're gonna place it around her jacket. Alright, I know it's a bit boring to watch, but I'm trying to match the proportions a bit better. Okay. Let's create an insert mesh. A new one. Now create Nanomet. Yeah, we can try that. Now let's save. Looks nice, thank you. So we need this connector to go into each one of these like straps. We kind of have to feed through it. Let's duplicate this mesh by hitting Ctrl+Shift+D. Now let's slide this one and bevel it. Something about here. Oh, wrong one. You'll see why I'm doing this in a second. Okay, so I haven't used it in a while, so give me some time. Okay, so I activated it. Now Oh, is it flipped? Great. Now we have this thing going on. And it's all facing different directions. Which is not what we want. Yes, this is better. And let's rotate it. Well, it's kind of working. Yes, streams, they are very relaxing. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. As you can see, they're not sitting flush against the surface, and what I'm trying to do is mainly just push them more in the Edit Mesh tab, so they're closer to the straps themselves. It's looking better now. It's almost done. Feel it. want to increase this one just a bit more. Increase the size of it. Ooh. That's what I love about nanomesh. It's non-destructivity. I used to work in Houdini a lot when I actually just first started in 3D. It was a really weird journey because I picked up Blender like by myself, and then I got an internship and I learned Houdini. Maya too, but mainly Houdini. And for those who've never used it, it's tough nut to crack. The UI is really different, but the beauty of it is that it's very non-destructive. So is nanomesh. Layla, have you used polypaint as a color piece to build upon in Painter? That's what I do, yep. I usually export out base color from ZBrush to substance, and then I build upon it. They're intelligent. Yeah. Nanomesh is quite fancy. Okay, now probably call it done. The only thing I don't like is that it's intersecting here. So let's push it a bit further. It's still intersecting. Much better. Cool, now it's all geometry, as you can UV unwrap and texture. If there are any intersections that you don't like, you can fix them now individually. Let's add some color to it. This grayish, bluish color. you can activate the spotlight by hitting Z. Now it becomes active. You can drag it around, you can scale it, and in the active mode you can hover over color that you want to pick, and then you hit C on your keyboard and it will like eyedrop it. Okay, so just for consistency, I'll probably do this, because I don't like when I have too many colors of metal. I like to stick to just like one or two, so I might actually do this. I know it's not accurate to the concept, but hey, I'm making a fan art. Yeah, I just joined, and this nanomesh thing is really interesting. How do you usually start when you work like this? Start with a cube and duplicate it, and then start with a nano workflow? So you can rewind the stream and see I modeled the base that I wanted to duplicate, which was this. And it was at 0 coordinates, so it was like symmetrical and everything. And then I needed to create a base, so like, because it had to be instanced across the color, I was like, okay, so the closest surface to the color is this one. I duplicated it, and then I specified like polygons where it's gonna get instanced, because like nanomesh recognizes, I think, faces. Maybe there's a way to like instance stuff across edges as well, but I've only worked with faces. And so you create a polygroup like here and here and here. That's where I want to add them. And then in the nanomesh itself, you can specify polygroup all. Then you drag it, and then you replace the mesh in the edit mesh right here with your custom one. And that's how you get this. And then you play around with the settings a bunch until you're satisfied. Lots of blessings and love from India. Thank you. Okay. So, as I promised, let's move on to the hair. Quickly set a reminder for myself, because I can stream for hours, but I've got work today. Oh, I see. Thanks a lot for explaining. Awesome work. Thank you. I think it will be the last stream that we sculpt her. Depending on how much I'll get done on her hair. But I've dragged this project on for a while, and it's time for me to move on to retopology and stuff. So I reckon it might be the last one. Okay, so in the concept art that I like, she's got shorter hair than on the model itself from the game. Also, the the hairstyle is quite a bit different. More like towards the sides, and I want her to look closer to this one. So it's gonna be a bit of experimenting. Like her buns are also much bigger than these ones. So let's just do that. Which hairbrush did I use last time? It's been months now. Might have been the ZBrush one, actually. Let's see what they got. Lots of options to choose from. Not being. But it's not this one either, so it must be this one. Because I don't have anything else. Let's just drag it. And adjust the size. Can you share where you got that brush? Looks very clean. Been years. That one? Oh yeah, I think I know who the creator is. Not sure it's free, but it might be just like a couple of dollars, maybe $1. Oh man, this person might have taken it down from Marketplace. I'm pretty sure I got it from ArtStation Marketplace. Long time ago. Yeah, they've taken it down. I might be able to Google for it. It's a good brush, but to be honest, it's nothing crazy. If you like type in ZBrush hairbrush into ArtStation Marketplace or just in Google, you'll find so many. Yeah, this one has been taken down for some reason. Sorry guys. Fantastic scopes, allow clean, thank you. That's okay, still thank you. You're welcome. Just type in hairbrush, ZBrush, and you'll find it. Plus, I'm pretty sure I did part of this hair with the extrude profile and maybe curve alpha? Yeah, something like that. I also like things like that I might have used. I just don't remember anymore. It's been months since I started this project and this song is very intense. Yeah, so this one was much softer. So hair creation is a very time-consuming process, and it probably takes up 40% of the time that I work on a model. Like modeling, sculpting, texturing the model, fine. Hair though. Oof. Of course it depends on the complexity of the hairstyle, but most of the time it's, yeah. That one looks pretty okay. It's the hairbrush, by the way. And one more. Can we create such hair from the basic brushes? Yeah, of course you can. Well, what do you mean by basic brushes? You can create your own brushes from start to finish if you want to, which sometimes I do. Just not gonna show it for the purpose of this video, but you can use these ones that come with ZBrush, either extrude profile, but like if you think you'll be able to make something more whimsical than all of these shapes, then go for it. But it's a pretty good library, to be honest. It's all basic brushes in ZBrush. And you can adjust the size however you like it. Look, pretty. Almost looks like meringue dessert. Maybe I'm just hungry. I shared a couple of brush links, maybe they didn't show. Yeah, I think the links are disabled in the chat by default. Did you use ZBrush for the hair or use Sea Monster project? If not, can you share more about it, please? The Sea Monster, I mean, I assume you mean Luca? Yeah, I used XGen Interactive in Maya. There was no base made for it in ZBrush. I just winged it in Maya with XGen. With like lots of curl modifiers, because obviously I have curly hair. Okay, so it's starting to take shape. Guys look really good, I love it, thank you. Although I might end up repainting them. Oh, I most definitely will repaint them. But I think I might be able to save the poly paint by reprojecting. Just that the smash looks good in ZBrush, which is just a sphere. But for most of my characters I create a different eye model with like a flattened out iris. Kind of goes inwards, and then there's a hole for the pupil, and the cornea's got like this extra bump on the front. But we'll see, because it's gonna be an arcane style character. It might be a bit more simplified. Hey, hello. Looks good, thank you. Brazil. I'm a beginner in ZBrush. Any tips, suggestions to get better at this? Watch more streams and pick something small to begin with. Like if you are into Pokemons, for instance, pick a Pokemon. Like first series, something like not evolved. Something small and cute, and start with that. Or it can be like a prop. Maybe you're like into, I don't know, old school consoles. Like model a VU, or that's not very old school. Like a Game Boy. Just like try to make it in ZBrush. Don't start with a massive dragon breathing fire with 1,000 spikes and the lizard skin. Don't do that. You'll get overwhelmed and subsequently discouraged because you'll be lacking knowledge. So start with something small and grow bigger and bigger as your confidence grows in ZBrush. Good point, I should save. The ZBrush crashed on me multiple times during this stream. Not this one, but previous streams on this character. Which is always a nice surprise. Yeah, I hope that helps. But I do recommend it to everyone who's asking. Well, you can see that this tip is a bit too sharp to my liking. I like to keep it more stylized and stubby. Oop. Let's hit polish a couple of times. And voila. It's a bit more in line now with the rest of the hair strands. So, let's do some poly paint, just like you guys asked. Well, one of you asked. There are really only a few basic things you can do with poly paint, and that you need to know about poly paints. So, you pick a color that you like. Say I want something more saturated, like this. Be at the base. Pick a brush, and then your RGB intensity will control, well, how like the opacity of the brush, basically. And you paint. If you want to fill the object, let's fill it with this color. Make sure your RGB is turned on, and again, it's to the maximum if you want to fill it completely. And you fill it. Oh, I can't see it, but I'm filling it. Now, yeah. can paint. And you can smooth out your paint by holding down Shift, but make sure to disable Z add, because it will smooth the geometry as well. Well, with this turned on, it will be like this. With this turned off, it will be like this. So yeah, here we go. Poly paint. What you also need to know is that it relies on the poly count. So if you want more fine detail, like let's say I wanted to paint some hair strands, you'll see how low res it is. You'll need to add like good 5 levels at least to start seeing more smoother results. But also be mindful that the more levels you add, the slower your machine might be, depending on your specs. So don't go overboard and don't add like 10 levels. I go to maximum of 8 levels on most of my projects. 8 is like the top, and that's when my computer starts to give up usually. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Saludos desde España. Hello to you too. By the way, can you hear me well? I forgot to ask you. I always ask at the beginning of the stream. I'm not shouting, am I? Also, is the music like balanced compared to my voice? The sound is good. Thank you. I was starting to worry, but I always check in the beginning of the stream, but I forgot to do it today. and I got to say someone asked me about Dynamesh on the previous stream. Found this circle that I've never used, so I had to research it. Basically, both of these circles on the blur tab and the resolution define the algorithm used for Dynamesh. So I believe with an empty circle it will be a stronger Dynamesh with like more aggressive tone. Maybe a bit too much. And the closed one will be smoother and less aggressive. So it's basically just two different algorithms. Oh boy. Yeah, don't do that. That might lead to your ZBrush crashing. Don't set it too high. And the same goes for the blur. I personally stopped using Dynamesh around 2 years ago in favor of Remesh by Union. You can go to your transpose tool, hit the cog button, and in here Remesh by Union. What it does is that it connects all the pieces together without kind of having a resolution. You see, so it keeps everything the same, but the intersections get this, like, they get connected. Whereas in Dynamesh, you might get some unwanted intersections, especially I'm talking about like you have a character set up and it's got fingers and they're not like this, they're more like this. They can get like all blended together and we don't want that. So you might need to crank up the resolution and you have to sit and wait because your computer is computing the Dynamesh at a very high values. And Remesh by Union is just faster and more reliable in my opinion. Hello, can you hear me? I cannot hear you. I can see your message. Hello, how do you make those beautiful eyes, please? Just poly paint, really. You mean if you're talking about the eyeballs themselves? Yeah, just let me see. Let's use the ZBrush macro, was it? Append eyes, which just saves some time. For some reason it appended only one eye. That's okay. Let's add them in. Turn these off. Which is the software? It's called ZBrush. Right over here. It's a sculpting software. As every part has their own low and high subdiv, you don't work with Dynamesh. I don't work with Dynamesh. Yeah, most of the parts are just... they're just there until I combine them into one. Like, the only time I combine stuff and ZBrush it or do the manual retopology is when I combine the body with the head. Currently it's still separated from one another, which I'll fix off screen. But that's how I like to work with it. I don't like having the body and head as the same mesh. Just like on the sculpting stage. Okay. Trying to understand my workflow. My workflow is just break everything into pieces and keep it that way for your convenience until you have to combine them. Okay, so I added some subdivision levels so we have more geometry. And let's go in with something dark, maybe a bit brown. We've got the base ready. Let's mask it as well. Almost all the way to the edge. Let's hide it by hitting Ctrl H. And now... what do her eyes look like? Okay. Now I start going in like gradients. So from the top to the bottom. Select like a smoother brush, which is basically just standard brush with the RGB turned on. And then you play around with the focal shift. Let's do this. Turn off this. Something lighter. I like to have the strongest highlight at the bottom of my eye. And I go in circular motions and then... man, I feel like Bob Ross right now. And I add the pupil. And right now she looks a bit surprised. Let's maybe increase the size of her pupil just a little bit. And usually I don't use it in production, but for like sculpting purposes so she doesn't look like this, I'll add a layer and I'll do this. So I'll basically bake in the shadow. And here you go. There is eyes. I'll keep the other ones for now, just because I spent a bit more time on them. And they're of like more correct proportion, according to the concept art that I'm using. But yeah, it's basically how I paint eyes. Thank you, you're welcome. Looks pretty. Thank you. Nice BGM. What's BGM? Background music? Thank you. Amazing work. Thanks. Thank you so much. I spent a lot of time on it. Starting to pay off. Okay, one more strand here. Thank you so much for the ice demo. You're welcome. I love her hair. Could be some sort of plant too. Yeah, it does look like succulent. Bulb flowers. Yeah, could be. That could be like a cool idea for her spring, what do you call it? Skin? In the game? She's not the most popular character, so I don't think she's got a lot of skins. Also, she's relatively new. Okay, so this will do for now. I'll probably go over it again and I'll add another layer inside. I'll show you what I mean. So we kind of made this outer layer, but I'd like to add another one inside. But for now, I want to move on to the back here. Just creating a base. A lot of you guys asked me for it, like how do you make your hair, your characters. So it will be BS H. Let's hide her jacket so it doesn't get in the way. That's better. Like with any characters at the start, it looks like tentacles. But it's okay, because what we're doing right now is just getting the base in, and none of it will really be used. It will only be used as a base to build upon, like the actual hair strands. Just trying to define the flow. Because just going straight in with the hair strands might be a bit hard to see what's working and what's not, because you need to control where the hair curve is going. You need to know how the hair flows, and that's why we're creating a base. Not saying that you can't do it just with the hair strands. I'm just saying that I don't recommend doing it that way. You always need a base. Bring it up. So it's starting to get there, but we need more hair strands. Also, she's got a really cool zigzaggy pattern on her hair, which you can't really see here, but kind of like this, which I really want to imitate. So let's try that. I low-key want to do it on my own hair as well. I really love how the designers at Riot Games incorporated a lot of like shape language into this character design. And what I mean by that is that Zeri is supposed to represent lightning, like with her fiery, well, neon green hair and, well, this on her t-shirt, and this bold thing of also lightning symbol on the back, and how they incorporated like all of these jagged and sharp edges that kind of remind you of lightning. It's also really cool. And this zigzag pattern is just one of them. It wouldn't be the same if it was just a boring straight line. Like, it would be okay, she would still be Zeri. This little thing just makes her so much cooler. And I'm pretty sure you can find the same thing across all characters that they make. I saw someone on Reddit after watching Arcane break down Vi and Jinx side by side, like analyzing also shape language in their designs, and it was just amazing. I don't know if I'll be able to find it here. Okay, yeah. So, a bit of geek talk. See this turnaround of Vi from Arcane. You can see so many V shapes in her concept art and her model as well. It's insane. Okay, here's V, the V-neck, V shape here, V shape there. All the angles create the V, and the same went for Jinx. I'll try to find her here as well. It wasn't the J, but it was like a cross. I don't know if I have like a turnaround of her here though. Yeah, I don't have it here. Found it. So it'll be constant X's. Stuff like that. It can also be interpreted as like, yeah, another X here and here. You can see them everywhere. It's more like a tick and a cross. So maybe like good and evil, but maybe I'm just reading too much into it. But shape language is a thing for sure. And the guys at Riot Games and Fortiche, the animation company that produced Arcane, they know what they're doing. So in this case, remember how I said I never use Dynamesh? Yeah, I'm gonna use Dynamesh to close the gaps that were formed by Sculptures Pro. And voila, the mesh is fixed, and I now can keep going. Okay, so the zigzag is sort of done. Theory. Yep. That's her. Ooh. How did I do that? Oh, I think I might have killed the poly paint on this one. That's okay. Are any of you guys working on anything right now? Or just watching me stream and sculpt? I feel like it's a bit too loud. Music. Oh. That's better. Trying to sculpt a stylized curvature was more difficult than I thought. It always is, especially when you're just starting out on your journey. What software do you use for rendering? I use V-Ray in Maya. Yeah, with stylized curvature sculpting, just take it easy, take it slow. It's a lot of steps that you need to take to bring it from start to finish. So it's normal to feel overwhelmed in a way. I still do. made quite a few characters in my life, but it's always the same. My least favorite part is with apology, and probably posing. I'm not a huge fan of posing. Sculpting a bust of Karma from League of Legends. Really like his area, by the way. Thank you. I know who Karma is. Is she like Indian inspired? Indian? No, not Indian, but yeah, I've seen her. Man, she's pretty. If I didn't choose Zeri, probably would have chosen her. Really cool design. Lots of skins too. There guys, I'm looking at it but not showing. That would have been cool, but I feel like I would never have finished it because there are so many like flowy details. I like to go over my base mesh. Was it like mech-cut? Yeah. There are a few of them out there on the internet. You can Google it. Most of them are free. Like the base one that you can get on the internet is free. I think I have a version from Polygon, but I don't think it's much different from the basic one. Yeah. Do you rig them or use transpose? I use transpose master to pose. Oh, the math brushes. Yeah, I can never pronounce them right. But they're really good with hard surface and for some stylized character sculpting as well. Like here or here, you can go over with some mech. They have like different names. The one I'm using is mech cut. And I think I'm gonna end it here just because I'm running out of time. I need to get ready for work. Let's bring Jacket back and put it side by side with the concept art. Nope, wrong one. that's her. All of her glory. Obviously, we need to paint all of this stuff. Yep, that will do for now. Do you work in 3D as well? Yep, I work for an animation studio. And then I stream here just for fun. And to teach you guys some stuff that I know. But yeah, 5 streams later, we're here. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the result. I feel like if I didn't start streaming, like making this character on the ZBrush channel, I would have probably just abandoned this project, but you guys every Monday held me accountable and she's almost there, just missing a couple very minor details that I'm gonna model off stream. Obviously, I'll finish the hair, and then onto retopology, UVing, and texturing. Might run a poll on my Instagram asking if you'd like to see me stream the texturing process on my own channel, because I can't do it here. It's not gonna be in ZBrush, it will be in Substance, I think. But yeah, let me know. You can follow me on Instagram by just typing in Layla Viscu. Same goes for YouTube and same goes for ArtStation. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. Next time I stream will be also Monday or Sunday, depending on where you are, and I'll probably tackle another character. Yeah. Where do you study character design? I like it. Character design is a bit different from character modeling and sculpting. I'd say find an online course. I can't recommend one because I'm not a character designer. I like to translate character designs made by other people to 3D. So I can't really give you advice on that. Thanks, cool seeing your workflow. You rock, Layla. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys liked it. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching again. I gotta run. And have a good rest of your day, night, wherever you are. I love your streams. I learned so much. Thank you. That's why I do it. Okay, bye bye.